Welcome back to the Out of Bounds podcast. I am Charlie Calieri alongside
Gavin Williams, and we're back.
We are
it's
back.
Been way too long. Had to wait for some renovations to happen, but shout out to the number one fan, Scott Sackett,
Thank you, Scott,
for making this
always.
happen. So we're back, and
It's good to be back, man. I
Yeah.
mean, different spot. We're in a different spot this year, so hopefully everything's gonna stay the same. But we're just in a different location. Same us.
Same
Different
us,
location. But also thank you to Danny Bush as well, getting all this stuff set up. Shout out DB.
Yep.
But yeah, that's a little update right now, and hopefully we'll be back on our normal schedule and rocking and rolling for this semester.
Yeah, absolutely. As many know, we're coming up on probably the greatest time of the year. The sports equinox is coming up. We're
Very close.
We got, I think, next week is puck drops, and then we got another couple weeks for the NBA. But yeah, NBA Media Day yesterday.
Mm-hmm. A lot of unks.
A lot of unks,
Especially on my team.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not an NBA episode; it's an NFL episode. But
It's general knowledge.
And we'll get into the NBA soon.
Yeah.
Basketball's right around the corner, like you said. Excited for hockey to come back.
Yeah.
Once again, gonna get disappointed, but here we go.
Yep.
Let's go Sabres. But I mean, let's get into something that you did recently. A little update on life. Gavin went to his first ever NFL game recently.
This is true. This is
Let's
true.
hear about it.
Yeah. So, I was on the phone with my buddy. Shout out to our Cardinals correspondent, Luke Strasburger.
Shout out to Strauss. Insured by Luke.
Insured by Luke. Give him a follow on Instagram if you have the Instagram. But yeah, so Strauss, we're on the phone. We call each other every Wednesday, and he was like, he was asked if I wanted to visit, and I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool, but we gotta figure this out. And he was like, oh, I wish the Packers play in Dallas. I'm like, well, they do. And he's like, well, when is it? I'm like, next week. And we made it happen. We just found a way, and we made it happen. And so, yeah, fun weekend in Fort Worth, and then we went up to Arlington on Sunday. And I just gotta say a little story before the game, because this was in my opinion, the biggest W of the weekend. So we're pulling up.
I mean, there was no W in the game.
Exactly. So this is the biggest W of the weekend. So we're rolling in to Arlington. We're getting closer and closer to the stadium. So then you look on like right and left, you see like $30 parking. We're like, wow, okay, that's not bad. And then we keep going a little bit, just kind of risking it. $40 parking. We're like, okay, maybe something will clear up. Maybe we can hit one of these side streets, turn around. $50 parking. We're like, oh boy, this is getting bad. And then like it was a huge jump. $100 parking.
Oh no.
And I'm like, holy cow. Like I'm like, Strauss, we gotta find a side street. We got our friend Jake Doe in the back seat too. Shout out Doe. And he's another Packers correspondent. And he was like, dude, we just gotta take the next parking lot, I think. I'm like, I don't know. And then we see $150. And then we're like, oh boy. So we eventually, I look on my phone, I'm trying to find something in the area. I look up, I'm like, oh, there's AT&T Stadium right there. That's cool. I'm like, all right, we're going to take a left on this road. It's the same story. It's probably going to start off high, then we'll just go find a cheap parking lot. So we're driving down, and it goes like 200, 150, 100.
$200 for a parking space is absurd.
I know.
Like,
I mean, granted, it was only a block away from the stadium, but I still would
Still.
never pay that money to just park. So then we're just going, and we see a $40 parking, but we were not in the perfect lane to just maneuver it. And so we had to go over like this little bridge. But we got over this little bridge, and like 2 seconds later, we found a parking lot, just like a general parking lot for like stores, free 99, free parking.
no way.
Biggest W of the
Are you
whole
serious?
whole weekend.
Free
Parking.
You can't beat free.
It was only a mile walk, so 15 minutes, not bad. And there was a Raising Cane's. We hit that on the way back.
Fire.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game was crazy.
Limited menu though.
Hey, all I want are
Small
tenders,
menu.
man. That's all I want are tenders. That's the reason why you go there.
I expected there to be like some more, maybe flavors. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of just the
But you
the
know what
chicken
you're,
and the sauce. I mean, you know what you're getting.
you know what you're getting.
Yeah. It's good.
It's very
It's good, but I would still prefer a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, no, it was still pretty good.
One of those, but
But the game itself was a roller coaster of emotions. So we got to the game. We had standing tickets, and we got to the game. Standing tickets. We were where we originally were, 30-yard line in from the end zone. Couldn't see it. So then Strauss was like, "Hey, we gotta risk it." I'm like, "I don't know." I don't know. And like I'm looking at Dope. I'm like, I don't think we can risk this. I think we just gotta take the L, and just we'll see the rest of the game. And Strauss like, no, we're risking it. Found better seats to the whole field, only one row back, and it was in between heads too, so you could see the whole field.
Wow.
Packers start off hot, then it blocks extra point. That was brutal. 13-2. Cowboys got hot right before halftime. Packers got ice cold. Then it was just touchdown after touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, back and forth game.
And can I ask you, how was the, like, you said there was a lot of Packers fans in attendance there, about 50-50, you said, if you had.
Yeah,
I mean, it probably wasn't about 50-50, but it probably seemed like it at times.
I honestly think it was like 51-49 Packers, because at least noise level-wise.
How was the back and forth, though, between all those 7 lead changes, I think, in that game?
No,
how were the fans, like, interacting with each other, I guess? Was it kind of like, you know, kind of intense, or was it like kind of like, oh, like, this is amazing? Like,
well, it was kind of just like you were really cheering when your team got ahead, and then the second, like, so for me, for when the Cowboys scored, just dead silence, and then it was going crazy again, and it was dead silence, and there was a lot of swear words that were said that I can't put on this podcast right now, but there was a lot of words said about a crappy situation with some bad balls, bad defense, a lot of bad defense in that game from the Packers. That's not the defense we've seen, which I'll get into, but awesome experience. Game tying field goal to go to overtime was on my side of the field, and then bad clock management at the end. I could talk about this game for hours, but I'm not going to. It was truly one of the greatest experiences of my life. It was a scoregami. A
scoregami, man. First game.
I know.
Scoregami. And I mean, truly, though, what an incredible game.
Oh, it was crazy.
Your first game. I mean, a tie.
Yeah.
You've never seen an actual decision in an NFL game, and you still saw 80 points.
Yeah. It was the second highest scoring game in NFL history, too.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
what a game.
I think
you never know when you walk into the stadium what kind of game.
And I gotta say, Jerry World, I walked in there and I was like, wow, this place is amazing. I'm like, I don't know what it's like to walk into like Vegas or like Los Angeles, because like I feel like this is like the nicest stadium I've ever been to, which it is. And I'm like, wow, there's even newer stadiums in this. Yeah. This is built like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But
that new
crazy
Bill
experience.
Stadium's gonna be pretty cool too. Tell you that.
Yeah, definitely a crazy experience. I'll cover a little bit about the Packers season so far. Start off red hot, 2-0. Defense not letting up more than 15 points, and then drop one to the Browns, and that was, trap game all over it. And then this past week with a tie in Dallas, I gotta say I've never seen a defense like this in Green Bay since I've been a fan, and I've been a fan for a long time. So this is the best shot for the Packers to really ramp up for the season and try to go for the Lombardi. Obviously, there's a lot of heavyweights in the NFC, though. A lot of heavyweights. So,
how do you feel about your wide receivers right now?
I gotta say,
a lot of question marks, honestly.
Yeah,
good question marks.
I think that especially in Dallas when I was watching the game, I thought that our number one option is Tucker Kraft. I think we should use him more, but I think Romeo Doubs has proved himself to be a number one wide receiver on this team. I think Matthew Golden's finding his footing, which is great to see. I think Dontavian Wicks has really stepped it up from last year. He had a lot of drops last year. I'm seeing a lot of improvement from him. I'm just seeing like a general overall, just a step up from last year.
I do just want to point out, obviously, I think step up from last year. I think a lot of that has to do with Matthew Golden. And late in that game, the big plays, I mean, that fourth down to Golden. I mean, a big third down straight to Matthew Golden. I mean, they were looking for him on the big downs. And that's, I mean, out of your rookie receiver, I mean, he's legit, man.
He is.
You got to love that.
And I think that we just got to find a way to give him the ball more. And I think even another guy like Savion Williams is really developing as not only a returner, but as a guy who we run some wildcats, some sweeps. And it's just finding the way to put up the most points.
Too.
Well, yeah,
talk about
Josh Jacobs, I mean, had over 150 scrimmage yards against the Cowboys. That was crazy to watch. I just loved seeing him fly around. And I loved seeing Jordan Love's decision making. It's significantly improved. I'm just gonna talk about Jordan Love for just a second. So, I like I said, his decision making is a lot better. He has one interception on this year through 4 games, which is obviously not bad. He has 1,000 yards even, right on the nose. That's 5th in the league. He's got 8 passing touchdowns. That's 3rd in the league, and he has a rating of 113, a pass rating, which is 2nd in the league. I think it's time to start putting respect on Jordan Love's name. He's really developed. I mean, he still has those moments where he's like Favre, and he still has those moments where he's like Rodgers. But I think he's making his own name for himself, and I think he deserves a lot more respect than what he's getting. So I'm really excited for this team. We got a bye week, much needed bye week. We are hurt like hell right now. That O-line is deteriorated, and I think just everybody on the defense needs a break.
Long season ahead, though.
Long season.
If you want to be the team that you want to be, Week 5 bye is going to be kind of tough.
Well, actually, I think it couldn't have come at a perfect time.
Really?
I think because we were just that banged up, especially in the O-line, where we need this bye more than anything right now. And then when we get back from the bye, we have the Bengals. So I think I'm not saying that's an easy game. I'm just saying that's a game where the O-line can really show that like they're like, the health. And I don't know. I just feel like early bye this. Previous years, I like just mid-season buys. But I also like that it's early because, we're 2-1-1. And, like, last year, we had a bye in, like, week 14. And I don't like...
2-1-1 is just
I know.
a funny
record. But I don't like later buys because that ruins, like, momentum. So I like that we don't have too much momentum. We have decent momentum, but, like, if we can really pick it up after the bye week and just keep the momentum going, it'd be huge.
Yeah. Speaking of keeping the momentum going, let's talk about the Buffalo Bills, man. I'm excited for the Bills every year. Everybody knows this. It's documented on here.
This is true.
But this year, man, it just feels a little bit different. Last year in the stadium, there's a little magic going on, I think, in Orchard Park this fall. And, it all starts at the helm. Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane, making the moves in the offseason to bring in some old guys, bring in some new guys, too, who some still have not played due to suspensions and whatnot and injuries and whatever. So to think that this team is even deeper than what they're showing right now is just insane. But, talking about at the helm, Josh Allen, the guy, MVP, obviously maybe the front runner again for it.
I would say so right now, absolutely.
We'll talk about another guy that might be in the conversation a little bit down the line when we get into our two interesting divisions that we're going to talk about. But Allen's just continuing to dominate. He's got 7 passing touchdowns on the year, 3 rushing touchdowns, added 1 last week against New Orleans. And, he's just slinging the ball all around. I think he's second in QBR right now. He did throw a pick last week or 2.
He threw 2?
I forgot. 1 or 2. Whatever. Nonetheless, he threw a pick last week. It was ugly. It was his fault. He knew it, but he bounced back. And I think overall, games like that, he didn't even look that great, but at the same time, when it mattered, he made the plays down the field that helped us to score. And I'll make a point in a little bit, but the guy right behind him, James Cook, he's worth it, man. He was worth the money. He's got new money legs. That's what KJ Hamler said on Hard Knocks.
That's funny.
Yeah, but he's worth every penny of that contract so far. He's been unreal. He's definitely been the best player outside of Josh Allen on our offense this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Unreal. Our wide receivers have been really good by committee as always, especially with Kincaid, Knox, Spencer Hawes getting in there. So it's great to have 8 rotational guys ready to go at any moment to make a play. And that they're going to make a play when they get in there too. And not even including James Cook in that conversation right there. Let's go to the other side of the ball. Defense needs to step up a little bit. We've had a few games where we've let up way too many points that, I think we should have. We let up 40 against the Ravens, 21 against the Dolphins. Their offense has not been that great this year to score 3 touchdowns against us, including 1 to Ollie Gordon. Come on. And then 19 against the Saints. That's not that great. So obviously those are good numbers. You're keeping teams below 20 points, but at the same time, you got to find a way to keep those teams with bad offenses off the scoreboard. But overall, with the injuries and stuff, I'm pretty happy with the defense, but at the same time, I still need to figure some stuff out. Let's move to special teams right now. It's really iffy. Really nervous about our special teams. That's where
I feel the same way.
It's where you can lose games.
And we're 30th right now in the NFL in special teams, so.
Yeah, our special teams have been pretty good, but unfortunately last week our punter, Cameron Johnson, horrific knee injury. I don't know if
was
you
that?
saw it.
I didn't
It was
see
really
what
bad. So basically, the guy went to go block it, his knee straightened out, if not went backwards.
Okay.
it was really bad. Hopefully he was really good in Houston. I remember him, and I was excited when we signed him. We just signed him. We just released Brad Robbins, but we did just sign Mitchell Wisnowski, the old 49ers punter, who I remember was pretty solid in those years around 2018 to 2022 with the Niners around there. So it'll be good to have him in with a veteran like Matt Prater. So if you told me that we had Matt Prater and Mitch Wisnowski as our kicker and punter duo in Week 5, I would not believe you.
Yeah.
But here we are right now. And then my last point about the Bills is you got to score 30 and you win.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the benchmark right now. I mean, we scored 41 points against the Ravens. I mean, obviously that game I think is the outlier, one of the games of the year.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Unreal. And then, you scored 30 exactly against the Jets, 30-10 right there, 31 against the Dolphins, and 31 against the Saints. I think that's the magic number for the Bills. If you can get 4 touchdowns a game and get into field goal range one time, there you go. I think you win the game. I think your defense is good enough, hopefully you would think, right?
I mean, I would hope
hold
so.
The team under
if you're holding,
points.
Yeah. I mean, that was something that, if you told me before I went to Arlington last week that the Packers would put up 40 points, I would tell you we would have won because the way our defense has been playing. Yeah. But that is, and a benchmark typically for defense is keeping a team under 20. Yeah. And if you keep a team under 20, your offense has no excuse not to win.
And if your benchmark is 30 points on offense, I mean, that's a good swing right there for your team. So
that could be a 2-score game right there.
And especially with the schedule we have coming up, I mean,
it's a joke.
I think it's no secret what the Bills' schedule has gotten around the league. But, we got Patriots on Sunday night wearing the icy whites, the rivalry jerseys coming up.
Yeah. Those are cool. Game. I just wish, because I feel the same way with when Packers were all white. Just wish they wore them in like colder elements. Yeah. But I did think about it. Week 18, you're wearing the red helmets, and then Miami. I mean, I don't know.
We do have some limited home games late in the year. I agree with you. I think they'd be better in the winter, but I think at the same time, I think the league stepped in there and said we probably wouldn't be able to see any of the Bills players in the snow.
Probably.
So
that's home field advantage right there.
Yeah, but that is home field advantage. So I agree with you there. But we got the Patriots coming up, and then in Atlanta, that could be a tough game.
Yeah, it could be.
In Carolina, I mean, they could be on a roll at that point. They've been looking pretty solid this year. I think they're at 2-2.
Carolina?
Yeah.
They just came off a horrible loss, like an awful loss.
That's right. Yeah, but they okay. And then we have our bye right before that too. So I mean, that's a buffer right
really
there. And then we have
the
Chiefs, Dolphins, Bucks are going to be a tough game. I'll be at that game, so hopefully we'll win. Texans in Houston, I think will be tough. That's a Monday night game. That's definitely an ESPN game. I mean, Bill. No, I know. I'm just saying
yeah.
That's an ESPN game.
I mean, that Texans Bills ESPN wild card. I remember that too.
Oh yeah, 2019. That was a rough game. We should have won that game. Steelers, Bengals, Patriots, Browns, Eagles, Jets. I mean, you would have thought that there would have been some more competitive games in there with the Bengals and maybe the Texans, and they still might be. Yeah. But we're looking pretty good right now, feeling really good, and go Bills.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Bills, and I was not watching because I was there, but on Sunday Night Football they had a preview about Jason Garrett and and the whole squad talking about when will the Bills get their first loss in the season. A lot of the guys said Eagles, and then a couple of the guys said the Chiefs, and then they said other than that they don't see them losing a game this season.
I think it's against the Falcons or the Texans. I think that's
it's just a trap feeling game with a decent team.
Yeah, I feel like the Falcons, if Bijan does what he does, they're on a bye this week. Yeah. Let's remember that. I mean, they're going to be rested. So, I don't know. I feel like that's always a tough game. Maybe Michael Penix just starts slinging it, and Drake London has a crazy. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, our corners in our secondary aren't that great. If Darnell Mooney's back by then, I mean, he could be a deep threat option for them in that game too. Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, teams with those deep threats like that really concern me all the time. I mean, Zay Flowers cooked us a little bit. A guy like that. So, that's the stuff with the defense that we really have to keep in check. Our front seven's been great, honestly. A lot of rotations in there too, especially with Oliver and Milano being out. But the secondary is really what's got to step it up.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Let's get into your MVPs though for the week. Your FMVP and your MVP for week 4.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kick this off with the MVP. No, I'll start with FMVP, and this is a guy.
Here's a guy.
He only had 6 catches, only had 58 yards. He had 3 touchdowns in a crazy game. Romeo Doubs. Give it up for Romeo Doubs. Unreal. 29.8 fantasy points. And he's coming off where he averages about 6-7 points. And it puts up 29.8. And I'm looking at Strauss during the game. Who's got him on fantasy? Sure is, you know what? He was on the waivers.
Wow.
So we're having this battle. Who's got the waiver or who's got the order? Jack Lucas. Shout out Jack Lucas. He had 1. He did not pick him up. Strauss had 2. I had 3. So Strauss got him before I could. So yeah, that's my FMVP. Romeo Doubs. Love you, man. Go Pack, go. And for my MVP, I just need to give a huge shout out to J.K. Dobbins. And what you might ask, he doesn't have all the touchdowns. He doesn't have all this. He is the first Bronco in 38 games to have above 100 rushing yards in a game.
That's MVP. I love that you pulled that out, not just a normal MVP, because that is they've been really struggling on the ground since Philip Lindsay left.
They have,
honestly.
Yeah,
they just dumped him.
Yeah, I mean, and I was curious. I'm like, okay, like who was that last running back? In 2022, Week 18, it was Latavius Murray.
Wow, Latavius Murray had a good career with the Saints.
He did.
He was a really solid running back.
So with J.K. Dobbins, he had 16 carries, 101 yards, which equals 6.3 yards per carry. That is really solid. So J.K. Dobbins, you are my MVP for the week. Congratulations.
Love that.
And I do want to say one more thing. The altitude thing is true. I stepped outside in Denver on my way home. I was breathing through the nose. I'm like, yeah, this is all crap. Like, whatever. And then you breathe through your mouth. That's when you feel it. You're like, whoa. Like, I'm not even running right now. I'm like, oh, there it is. Pretty cool. So, shout out to Andrew Durr too for the Broncos.
Let's get into our. We want to talk about 2 divisions that we think are just like super interesting, because there's no way that you would have thought maybe one of these would have been like this. Let's start with the first one that's been kind of crazy. We'll get into it just quickly. The AFC South. I mean, it's been really nuts. I mean, you would have thought by now, if there was 2 teams that'd be 3-1, you'd be like, well, it's going to be the Texans and then maybe the Jags. I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe the Jags. I don't know. But it's the Colts and the Jags.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones.
Yep.
And somehow this Jaguars team with Liam Cohn.
Hey, gotta keep his name out of his mouth, man.
Keep your name out of your mouth. I mean, I think he's on this Duval revenge tour.
Yeah, I think so.
That whole thing. But they look good. 2 in a row for them. Colts just with their first loss to a really good team.
But they played a very competitive game.
In the Rams,
And Adonai Mitchell fumbling on the 1-yard line. That has a big deal with that game.
Yeah, that's just a crazy. Like, how does that?
I've never
it's
seen.
Not even
like
he
that.
did anything crazy. He just lost.
He just lost control. Yeah.
He just lost. It's not like a Jonathan Taylor where he threw behind him last year.
Or like Deshaun Jackson.
Right.
Famous for that.
Right.
This was just like it looked like he was fine, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 out the end zone. That could have been a real game changer for the Colts, but I'm very impressed with Daniel Jones. They started off undefeated 3-0, fall to a very, very, very heavyweight in the NFC, in my opinion, the Rams. And I think the Colts are real legit contenders to win that division.
Let me ask you a question here. Do you think there's any chance for the Texans to get back into this thing? I mean, let me read you their schedule right here.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough. They go at Baltimore, at Seattle, at home against the Niners, at home against the Broncos, home against the Jags, Titans, Bills, Colts, Chiefs, Cardinals, Raiders, Chargers, Colts.
They have an awful schedule for them.
Terrible schedule.
Yeah.
They already played the Rams, the Bucks, and the Jags once. So
yeah,
they've really been put through the ringer this year.
Oof.
They're not the healthiest team, too.
No, and CJ doesn't look the best
and
this
CJ
season.
does not look great once again this year.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be a disappointing season for the Texans. I think they end up maybe below 500. I could see him being like a 7
and they might be that team that
team.
ends up with just a bad draft pick and just a bad season overall. It's just kind of a lost season for D'Amico Ryans and his team.
I still like D'Amico Ryans though. I hope like he's not fired or anything.
No, I think he'll still be there. I think it's just an underwhelming season for the team.
I do see the Colts coming out of this division though.
The way they're playing right now, I don't think you can question it.
And I like the Jags, like the way that they're playing too. but I also think, I don't know. I still have this iffy feeling about like Trevor Lawrence's consistency.
Yep.
And I don't feel this way with Daniel Jones, which I feel the opposite right now. And
crazy.
Daniel Jones has really stepped up as he's playing. I'm not saying he is, but he's playing like a top 7 quarterback in the league right now. And I think there's a lot of hope in Indianapolis, and I think Indiana Jones will be able to get that title for the Colts organization.
Yeah, so let's shift now to the NFC. Let's talk about a division over there that we think is also very interesting, the NFC West.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that, all these teams would be over 500 by now, and then 3 of them would be 3-1.
Yeah.
And they all look really good, too. So we got the Niners at 3-1, Seahawks at 3-1, Rams at 3-1, and the Cardinals at 2-2. But they've lost one of their better players in James Conner, and their losses are to the Seahawks and the Niners.
Yeah, 2 legit losses.
Yeah, 2 legit losses.
Both one-score games, too.
Yep.
Because they had a comeback against the Seahawks, and then Jason Myers field goal. And
they played 4 one-score games.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then they play the Titans this week, so that might be another win for them there. But Gav, overall, who do you think comes out of this division here? Because, I mean, I feel like the easy pick is the Rams. But you got to remember the Niners are 3-1 with Brandon Ayuk being out.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy's been out a lot of the year.
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall went down in the second half of last game. Let's see, monitoring that big for my fantasy team this week.
Bruce PCL, I think I saw.
Yeah,
like
he's questionable for the game on Thursday. But who do you think is going to come out of this division?
Yeah, no, I think this is a great conversation. I will eliminate one team automatically, and that is the Seahawks. I don't think the Seahawks win this division. I just don't have that much faith in Sam Darnold. Their offense is decent. It's not good. Okay, there's a big difference between good and decent. And if you look up in some of their games, the scores of their games, except for the Saints game, they haven't gotten like above 24 points. And I don't know. I mean, the Saints are the Saints this year. I mean, they have a decent shot of owning that number 1 pick just as much as Tennessee does. And I just don't see too much with them. I really think it's just, for me, it's between the Niners and the Rams. I don't think the Cardinals will also get there as well. I think the Cardinals might be, this is a tough division to pick, like a 1 through 4, because I think it might be like 4 is...
It could be any combination.
Yeah, it really
honestly.
could.
Yeah.
So I do think the Rams do come out of this division, and I think a huge start for that campaign starts on Thursday when they beat the Niners. So I think that they will show the Niners up, and I think that Matthew Stafford's playing unreal right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think Puka Nacua is playing unreal. Devontae Adams is still so good this year. Kyron Williams, their defense is flying around. They have a legit shot of even coming out of the NFC in general.
Yeah, I agree, and they're definitely going to be battle tested at the end of the year. They play the Lions, they play the Bucks, they play obviously the 49ers twice, the Seahawks again, they play the Ravens, they play the Jags. They got some really tough games coming up. If I had to pick, though, just based off those games, I think the Rams lose a few of those games, and the Niners get the luxury of having the 4th place schedule this year. So they play the Browns, they play the Titans, they play all those bad teams in the AFC, and I think that they're going to be the team to come out of this, especially when Brandon Ayuk comes back, when Brock Purdy comes back.
Yeah.
If Ricky Pearsall sits out for a week, I think they're going to lose anyway this week, so that'll be a good 10-day rest, quote, bye week for them anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this team, if they just get healthier, especially with their coaching, and Kyle Shanahan, when they're healthy, they're an NFC Championship team at the minimum.
Yeah.
So I think the Niners might do it again. I think the Rams will be, honestly, I think they might be 2 of the top 3 teams in the NFC this year. And I think the Seahawks won't be very far behind them, honestly. I think you're giving them a little disrespect. I think their defense is way better than they get credit for. I agree with you. Their offense is very decent. But they're going to have a lot of swing games this year. A lot of games that can go back and forth. A game that should be scheduled for them or circled on the calendar is the games against the Commanders, the Falcons. A lot of teams that are going to be in their range in the wild card. And a lot of big swing games for them coming up this year. That's going to be a really fun battle to look for throughout the rest of the season, I think.
We're going to have to give like a week by week like update on the NFC West, because that is just going to be a crazy race for whoever wins that title. Absolutely. Next, we're going to talk about something for a little bit, and we're just kind of highlighting. There's been this notion for a couple of years now, I would say 7 years at least, about the AFC and their top dogs.
Yeah.
Compared to the NFC's got two teams.
I would say since like 2020, we've had the same group of 4 to 5 teams that have been the elite in the AFC. I'm talking about the Bills, I'm talking about the Chiefs, I'm talking about the Ravens, I'm talking about the Bengals. If you want to slide the Texans in there,
I don't think they
guess you can. They've been pretty good, but for the sake of this argument, we're going to keep them out. I mean, what's the common denominator between the 4 of those, or 3 of the 4 of those teams?
Let's just say that they're under. 2 of them are under 500.
Yep.
And one of them's at 500, and one of them is 4-0. So,
it's tough sliding out in the AFC right now. I mean, a lot of injuries, especially to the quarterback rooms in 2 of those places. Cincinnati. I mean, obviously Joe Burrow going down for a little bit here. Jake Browning stepping in, and he's definitely been a quarterback.
He's been awful.
Yeah.
He's been really bad.
He's been really bad. He showed flashes in that first game that he relieved, and he actually won. But the last 2 games, they've looked really horrendous, honestly. And
really bad.
The Ravens have played maybe the toughest 4 games.
They have played a really hard 4.
That you can play. I mean, besides the Browns. I mean, but losing
Still
to the Bills,
defense.
the Lions, and the Chiefs in 3 of your first 4 games, 2 of them being on the road against your 2 biggest rivals on the road.
Yeah.
That's tough. And then this week, you got to turn around and play another really good team that's struggling in the AFC. One of these teams is going to be 1-4.
I know.
Texans, Ravens. That's a big game. And then you got to turn around, play the Rams. It's and then after that, it kind of mellows out a little bit for the Ravens. But this team's definitely going to be going through it before their bye week. And then right after that, I think that's when they shoot up. I honestly think that the Ravens come back and win their division.
I think so too. I just think every time that there's like a slow start, there's different outliers. And I think with the AFC North, I mean, trust me, I love that Rod just thriving there right now. I love that for him. He's great. They're 3-1, but I think that they've also not played the schedule that would show a 3-1 team differing from someone like the Chargers. That's a 3-1 team. And then I think that the Ravens can easily bounce back. They still have Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, Derrick Henry, that whole defense that has been disappointing, but I think it's just such a hard schedule. I can't just base my thoughts about their defense off that. But I think that they can get rallied, and I think that they can still win their division too.
Yeah, in the last 2 weeks of the season, I want to point this out. I did pick the Broncos to win the division. Right now, both of us are wrong. It'd be the Chargers. But the last 2 weeks of the season for the Broncos are against the Chargers and the Chiefs.
Wow.
That's pretty big.
Wow.
I think there's going to be a lot of playoff implications going on when the snow's going.
I also think that we
in
might
Denver.
see 3 West teams.
I agree. I think we only see 1 team from the North.
I agree.
I think we see actually, I don't know. I don't know, because I don't think any other team out of the AFC East is going to get there unless maybe the Pats.
No.
Maybe
it's
the Pats
just the
make
Bills.
a run.
It's just the Bills.
And then the AFC South, that might be a one bid division too.
I think it's at most the Jags sneak in there after the Colts or vice versa.
I do think that the Jags and the Steelers will have a really good 7-8 race at the end of the year. If I had to pick somebody right now to be those 2 teams, I think those are the 2 that are going to be sitting there, because I think the Bengals, I think they miss it again. Honestly,
I think so too.
I think they fall out.
I think, but I do firmly believe the Chargers, the Chiefs, and the Broncos will all be in the playoffs this year again.
All right, so with that, I think that's all of week 4, and let's move on now to week 5.
Yeah.
Crazy that it's already week 5. We're already about a quarter of the way through the season. And a lot of surprise teams, a lot of teams that, we think are going to come back, like we said. A lot of teams that are going to even out. But the Packers, the Steelers, the Bears, and the Falcons, all not playing this week, all enjoying a bye. Gavin's enjoying a bye this week.
Actually, I am, yeah.
Stressful game last week.
Yeah.
But starting on Thursday night, we got the Rams, we got the Niners in SoFi Stadium. Who do you got?
Let's be honest. There's no true home field advantage for the Rams. They don't have the fan base. Doesn't matter. Rams are getting this dub. And because it's such a big game, I'll throw out a score prediction. I think 31-27 Rams.
That's a good prediction for that game. If I am also picking the Rams. We teased that earlier. I'm going to go 21-17. I think that's a kind of, 10 points less than you, but I think that's going to be a close game. I think all the NFC West divisional games are going to be close. And yeah, I think Thursday night, I think that'll be a good environment at SoFi.
Yeah.
I think there'll be a lot of fans. I think it's different than a Sunday at 1 or Sunday at 4 Eastern. But yeah, I think the Rams take that one. Do you think the Rams take that one?
I do, and I just want to point something out really quick that, man, I'm really hyped for Amazon Prime because they've really worked a good Thursday night schedule.
It's been pretty good, yeah.
At least like through week 4, and hopefully through week 5. But hey, back-to-back NFC West Thursday night footballs. I mean, I'm not complaining.
No, not at all. And then to start off Sunday, making breakfast on Sunday. Oh, there's a football game on. Wow. I don't know where this one's being played. Do you know? Is it in London or is it back in Ireland?
I think it's still in Ireland because the Vikings were there.
Okay.
I think they stay 2 weeks. And then I think the Jags go next week, I believe, and they play 2 in London or something like that. I think it's in Ireland, though.
But anyway, the Vikings are staying across the pond, and they are, quote, on the road, taking on the Cleveland Browns, who just this morning, actually, as we're recording this, announced that they will be benching Joe Flacco for Dylan Gabriel. So maybe not the rookie that some people expected to be starting there with, a lot of the Shadur Sanders talk, which was just ridiculous. Let's just say that. But I think Dylan Gabriel will step in, playing a really good Vikings defense, and probably struggle this week, especially first game in a totally different country.
Yeah.
But I think they're kind of throwing him into the fire this week. But anyway, I think that the Vikings are going to take this one. I think it's going to be kind of a blowout, honestly.
No, I completely agree. And I really think that they're going to blow out the Cleveland Browns. I think that defense the Vikings have is going to be way too much for a rookie quarterback.
Breaking news. Sorry, it's not super important, but it's NFC West related. Trey Benson is going to be placed on injured reserve due to a knee injury. So that means that the 2 top running backs for the Cardinals have been out. Yeah. And I did pick up DeMarcado in our waiver wire today for our school league. So, I mean,
all right.
I'm pretty hype about that after losing James Conner. Everything kind of comes full circle, I think. Yeah. Not rooting for injury there, but, I mean, what a GM move by Mr. Unlimited in the Bonaball League. But
dude,
anyway,
yeah, it's absolutely.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but
no, you're good.
News.
Yeah, I think that the Vikings will get a much needed win for their franchise, and yeah,
my bad about that.
Yeah, you're good. Vikings get the dub there.
Moving on to the next game, we got the boys who you just saw going to Jet Life and playing the Jets. Who do you got in this one?
I think the Cowboys come out and win this game, not necessarily because of defense, but because of the way that their offense is looking, especially Dak Prescott last week. I mean, I saw it in person, and it was a great game from him. And they're finally finding a way to get George Pickens involved. I think that Turpin played a good game as well. Tolbert played a good game as well. He had a huge, crucial catch in overtime. I think the Cowboys get this one done.
I agree with you for all the same reasons. I mean, one of the teams can score and one of the teams can't.
Yeah.
So
that's the
I think both defenses are okay. Jets honestly might be a little bit better than the Cowboys defense, but that Cowboys offense is really clicking right now, really scoring a lot of points, and I think there's no way that they lose this game, honestly. Moving on now to the other team that plays in that stadium, but they're away. They're playing in New Orleans. The Giants and the Saints. This is a really important game for both these teams. Spencer Rattler's 0 for 10 now as a starter in the NFL. Jackson Dart getting his second start in the NFL this week. He's 1-0 as a starter. Good for him. Yeah, where do you think this game's going? I mean, two of the bottom teams, it seems like, in the NFC, but the Saints want to get their first win, and the Giants want to keep rolling.
Yeah, this one was kind of tough for me to pick. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you know this, but the Saints are favored in this game. This might be like one of the this might be like, at least yesterday when I was checking the lines. This might be like the only game the Saints are favored in the whole year, and I'm not choosing them. I'm choosing the Giants. I just like the way that they flew around last week. The only thing that was holding me back from the Giants was the fact that Malik Neighbors is not going to play. But they still found a way to win against a very, very good Chargers defense and team. So I'll go the Giants this week, but I don't see myself choosing the Giants too much this season. So I'll give them the pick right here.
You know what? Honestly, I had the Giants written down, and you said, I mean, I knew Malik Neighbors was out, but now that you said it, it sounds really bad. Like,
yeah.
It sounds really bad, and I'm like, do I think that Wan'Dale Robinson, he's a great ball player, do I think that he's going to be the guy to make those catches that Neighbors makes and run those routes that Neighbors runs? I don't think so, and I don't know who will on that team.
Maybe Darius
Slayton?
Slayton?
The way that the Saints offense looked last week, I mean, they had two running backs going, Kendre Miller and Alvin Kamara, both played pretty well. Miller getting into the end zone. Jawan Johnson had a bad game last week. He's been a really good tight end for them this season.
Yeah.
Chris Olave is getting a lot of targets and a lot of receptions. Other than that, they don't have much on their offense, but I think Spencer Rattler with those pieces at home, he put together a good game against the Cardinals defense, who's pretty tough. This Giants defense is a little bit softer, and I think I just talked myself into picking the Saints.
All right.
So I think I'm going with the Saints this week.
Okay.
They got to get their first win at some point.
They do. I mean, they really do. We'll go on to the next game. The Raiders are visiting the Colts, and I have the Colts here. I don't really need to explain too much.
I also have the Colts. Yeah, I think it's self-explanatory on this one.
Next, we have the Dolphins visiting the Panthers, and I think especially with that Tyreek Hill injury, I think Jalen Waddle is going to play a big role in this game, but I have the Panthers winning this game.
I also have the Panthers. I just don't like picking the Dolphins, and especially with Tyreek out, I just can't believe in Tua right now. I can believe in Bryce Young a little bit. Can't believe in Tua.
And I like the energy they showed against the Falcons, and I think if they find a way to get their energy back after a huge loss against the Pats, I think that the Panthers can definitely win this game.
For sure. Broncos, Eagles. Huge game coming up here. It's going to be a good one. 1 o'clock on Sunday in Philly. Who do you got in that one?
I have the Eagles. I don't see their first loss this season coming right here. I think that Bo Nix has a problem with good defenses, and I think with this defense, it's gonna give him some shit. Let's be honest. He's not gonna have the game like he had last week. He had 300 plus yards last week. He's not gonna have that against this Eagles defense. I'm not saying he's gonna play a horrible game. He's just not gonna play like he did last week against a really bad Bengals offense. So I still have the Eagles winning here by a score or two.
I wouldn't be shocked if the Broncos go in and win this game. I think if they want to be the team that they want to be, this is a game that they want to win and probably have to win. But I think the Eagles take it. I think it's really tough for any team to go into that stadium and win, especially the way that those fans are right now with all the juice that's going on there. But like you said, Bo Nix struggles against good defenses, which is something he's going to have to figure out eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the Eagles in this one. Moving on now to next game that we talked about a little bit. The Texans are going into Baltimore and taking on the Ravens. I have the Ravens in this one. Just the way that the teams have looked right now, I don't think I can pick the Texans.
I'm going with the Texans. And the reason why I'm going to pick the Texans is I don't think Lamar Jackson's going to play. And
I don't think it'll matter.
I think that does matter. I think that they can't just rely on Derrick Henry to carry them through 4 quarters of football. I think that the Texans are desperate for a win, and I think this is their time to really get a win in a harsh environment, but this might be like a good game from Stroud because that defense also hasn't looked that good this season. So I'll take the Texans here.
So you think it's going to be a bounce-back game for the Texans? I think it's going to be a bounce-back game for the Ravens, and especially Derrick Henry, because he's had a really, honestly, really bad season this year.
For his standards,
so far.
absolutely.
Yeah, for his standards. And let's remind you, he's playing an AFC South team. What does he do against AFC South teams?
I know, yeah, it's true.
He destroys them.
He does.
He destroys them. Back to his Tennessee days. So I think that's going to play a factor in this. I wouldn't be shocked if he breaks off an 80-yard run for a touchdown in this game. Plus, could be 99 again.
Yeah.
But I think that the Ravens take this one. But I like the Texans pick, honestly. I like that pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Texans. And then next game, we have the Titans visiting the Cardinals. And before I even pick, I think Cam Ward picked this one for me in his recent press conference. Now, I'm going to quote him. Part of my language. He said, "To keep it a buck with you, we ass." And he said, "We lost a quarter of our effing games." And I think that quarter turns even into more, and I think the Cardinals are going to take that game at home.
There seems like there's a lot of tension in that locker room right now. I don't know if you saw Brian Callahan.
Yep, I saw that too.
He yelled at a reporter too.
Poor Paul.
I don't know what he asked him.
I don't know either.
But
trying to get a reaction.
Either way, I mean, 3-17 after your start. I know he was not dealt the best.
He was asking if the team was resilient.
Or
something like that.
I can see how we can get a little bit mad at that, but at the same time, I mean, you're 0-4. You haven't really shown much resistance against these teams.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I got the Cardinals in this one.
I just genuinely don't think I'll pick the Titans at all this season.
That'd be interesting to see if any of us do. Because I didn't think I picked the Saints, but here I am picking them.
Yeah.
So, but I think the Titans are a whole nother.
They're a garbage fire right now.
Yeah. Hey, my guy though, Alik Iomanner, he's been the bright spot on the Titans right now. I mean, he's been pretty good. And mind you, Tony Pollard is coming back soon. So they might have a little bit of a spark plug.
So is Tajay Spears too.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it's been kind of rough for them, but who knows?
And we're gonna go into a different area from a garbage fire into a really good game.
Oh,
we had the Bucks and Seahawks.
Good game.
And I think that this could be one of the games of the week. So get your popcorn ready. Hopefully you got Sunday ticket because where we are, we probably won't have this game in our area. But I'm excited for this one. I'm gonna take the Bucks here. And I think they're desperate for a bounce back win after that almost comeback against the Eagles. I think that they're a little hungry. The only thing I don't like about the Bucks is they just find themselves down every single game, and every single game they have played has been a comeback or a try at a comeback. So they were 3-0. All three of those games were comebacks. And then the one loss was an almost comeback. I think that this is a different feeling game. I think in Lumen Field, which is a very hard place to play, obviously the 12th man. By the way, the uniform matchup of the year.
Yep.
I'll put that out there. I was
going to mention that. There's no question about it.
There's no question.
No question.
I got the Bucks taking this game in the icy whites.
Yeah, they are wearing the maybe best uniforms in the NFL this week.
I agree.
The Seahawks wearing their royal blue throwbacks, which is amazing as well with the silver helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm taking the 12s. I'm taking the Seahawks in this game. I think that stadium knows the importance of this game.
They do.
Early in the season.
I think so.
Early in the season too. And they got the Mariners coming up too. I mean,
they're booming.
So also there's talks that this game might have to be moved.
Yeah, I did see that.
Because the Mariners might have to play up, or not might have to, but the Mariners are scheduled to play a playoff game at the same time, I think at 3:00 on that Sunday. So they might have to move this game maybe to Monday. Maybe they do that. Maybe they flex the Jags game to 7:15, and then they do Seahawks game at night.
They could do Seahawks game
Monday?
at they could do Seahawks. They could flex the Seahawks game to earlier in the day, make it a 1:00 start. But
that's 10:00 in Seattle. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I don't know. But
yeah, I didn't think about that. Maybe two Sunday night football games.
Either way, yeah. I mean, either way, I think that game's going to be rocking.
Yeah.
Especially if it's after a Mariners playoff win or before it or whatever.
Yeah.
I think Seattle's got a lot of buzz right now, so I think that matters a lot. So I'm going with the Seahawks in this game.
All right, we're gonna move on to Lions-Bengals.
Lions. Give me the Lions.
Yep.
Give me the Lions.
I'm just not even gonna talk about that.
Bengals stink right now.
They do. We got Commanders-Chargers, which I think could be a good game.
Could be game of the week.
I think that this is the perfect bounce back opportunity for the Chargers. I think that the way that their defense looks, I think the way that Justin Herbert looks this season, who I think is in the contention for MVP right now, I think that they have a legit shot to beat the wheels off the Commanders if they don't wake up with hot piss. So I think the Chargers, I think this is a game where you'll see Justin Herbert go for 350. So I got the Chargers.
I agree with you. I think the Chargers win just based on the fact that they play really well at home and that I don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to play.
Yeah, that's the biggest question mark too.
If Marcus Mariota is going out there and playing a ball game for Washington, I don't think I can choose them, especially with Jay Herbo on the other side of the ball.
Yeah.
And Jim Harbaugh. But yeah.
Always find a way to sneak in some Michigan.
I'm going with the Chargers in this game. That's my guy.
All right.
And then my team, Icy Whites, Sunday night. You already know. Let's go, Bills. Bills are going to win this game.
Yeah, I got the Bills in this game too. I just and from an NFL fan perspective, I just hope it's something watchable. For you, obviously, I hope you guys beat the socks off them.
It'll be watchable.
Well, I'm saying like a watchable
said socks,
game.
I said wash. I watch.
But I think if the Patriots walk into this game and Drake Mays, all that, what he's getting hyped up to be this season, maybe this could be a good game. But let's see who wakes up with hot piss. I think ever since I heard Matt LaFleur say that, I coined it. And
I do want to point out a little sub-storyline of this game. It'll definitely get talked about, and it's honestly probably a reason why it's Sunday night. It'll be really cool to see the Bills in the white uniforms. I think that'll be a storyline.
And the crowd's white out too.
And the crowd will be a whiteout too. I think a lot of my family's going to be there. RT's going to be there, I think, too. It's the Stephon Diggs revenge game.
Yeah.
He's coming back. Yeah, it's his first game back in Buffalo.
Since he left.
It's not our first time playing him, but it's his first game back in Buffalo.
Uh-huh.
Don't know how the crowd's going to react to that.
I don't know either.
There's
not a tribute, I don't think.
No, there's no tribute.
Yeah.
No tribute, especially a Patriot. We're not doing that.
No.
But that'll be something interesting to monitor and keep an eye on. So,
yeah. We both got Bills there.
Yep. And then the Monday night game, which should be pretty good game, and once again, another team that wants to be one of the top dogs in the AFC, and they got to prove it this week at home. Jacksonville's hosting the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm excited for this game.
Me too.
I think that this is where the Chiefs turn up. I think this is where they turn their season because, 1-2, disappointing start to the season. I think this is where they turn up.
They balled last week.
They did.
They absolutely balled.
And I think they're playing a little bit of a worse defense this week. On paper, don't know about actual statistics. But I think this is where the Chiefs turn around their season into showing that, yeah, maybe they will be the 2 seed this year. So I got the Chiefs in this game.
Duval. I'm taking the Jags.
All right.
I'm doing it. I believe in this team. They've won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And their defense has honestly played, or they haven't won 3 in a row. Sorry, they won 3 out of 4. But their defense has played pretty well in their wins. I mean, 10 points led up in 2 of those wins and 21 in the other game to the Niners, who are a pretty good offense to stop McCaffrey. So their offense has not been that great. It's definitely been a question mark on the team. But if T-Law can stay healthy, he's got to find Brian Thomas a little bit more. They got to find a way to get Brian Thomas involved. ETN's been really good. I know Tootin went down, so that's a little bit of a strain in the running back room there. But overall, I think the receivers are really, really decent. And I think that they could make this a game and I think win the game, honestly.
All right. I mean, I hope they win. That would be really exciting, honestly.
And their special teams is really good too. I want to mention that Cam Little's been
he has been very, very solid.
Year, so yeah, I got the Jags in this game, and I think that crowd, I think they'll be into it this year. I think they know that this is one of their only sustained good, periods of their franchise, and it's one besides maybe the 90s, this is their most prolonged success. So I think they know that this is where maybe the teeter-totter goes up or down, and they want it to stay up, so they're going to be loud, and Duval will be into it.
I like that. So yeah, I got the Chiefs, you got the Jags, and
let's go Jags. Let's go Jags.
So yeah, that covers the Week 5 predictions and a little recap on everything that's going on. And just gotta say, we're back, man.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with us, guys. I mean, it's been a long road, and been a windy road to get back. But as a wise man once said, you got to go over the bumps and bruises to make it over the humps. Got to go through the bumps and bruises to make it over the humps.
Got to get through the bumps and bruises.
Get through the bumps and bruises to make it over the humps.
Yep. Wise man being Gavin Williams.
Yep.
Yeah.
In this case.
But
you got anything?
Just want to say thank you guys as always. I mean, we're so excited. Please let us know some feedback. Anything you guys want to see. I mean, hey, we got, by the way, happy season 6.
Yeah, season 6.
This is crazy. I love this. This is awesome.
Season 6. We're back.
We're back.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys, and have a day.
Have a day.